This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, dear students, in the last session we have discussed about multiple random variables. We have started with multiple random variables and we have discussed what is vector random variable, how to define the vector random variable, right? So once the vector random variable is defined for any real-time experiment, we need to define the joint distribution and density functions for the analysis of the real-time experiment or any probabilistic model, right? So now we are going to see the joint distribution and density functions. In fact, in the last session we have started the joint distribution, and let me go through the joint distribution once again. Here, the joint probability distribution can also be defined in this way. The probabilities of the two events, let us consider two events. One is A, other one is B. A is related to the random variable X, that is A equal to X less than or equal to X, and B is related to the random variable Y, that is B equal to Y less than or equal to Y, are called the probability distributions denoted by fx of x and fy of y, which we have discussed in the single random variable case, right, respectively, and are given by. So that is the definition for the distribution functions of the random variables x and y can be represented like this: fx of x equal to p of x less than or equal to x, which is equal to summation n equal to 1 to n p of xn into u of x minus xn. Similarly, fi of y is also equal to p of y less than or equal to y summation m equal to 1 to m p of ym u of y minus ym. So now our ultimate goal is to define the joint distribution function. So therefore, we can write the probability of the joint event x less than or equal to x, comma y less than or equal to y, which is the function of x and y, and is called joint probability distribution function, and is denoted by fx comma y of x comma y. So always the joint distribution function will be denoted by fxy of x comma y, and the definition for the joint distribution function is fx comma y of x comma y equal to p of x less than or equal to x, y less than or equal to y. Or we can also write this as summation n equal to 1 to n and summation m equal to 1 to m probability of xn comma ym. It is nothing but the joint probability, right, into u of x minus xn into u of y minus ym. It is the basic definition for the joint distribution function, right? So now if I have more number of random variables which are defined for any real-time experiment, not only two random variables, if more number of random variables are defined, I can represent the distribution function like this. The joint distribution function is given by, if at all, if there are n number of random variables, I can write it as p of x1 less than or equal to x1, comma x2 less than or equal to x2, and so on, xn less than or equal to xn. So it is the way to define the joint distribution function for n number of random variables, right? So here let us discuss about this distribution with one real-time example later. And here, coming to the properties of distribution function, the joint probability distribution function properties are almost similar to the cumulative distribution function of a single random variable, right? So we all know that in the cumulative distribution function, the minimum value of the function is equal to 0 in the case of single random variable. Similarly, here also in the multiple random variable case, the minimum value of the distribution function is absolutely equal to 0. That is fxy of minus infinity comma minus infinity equal to 0. Similarly, fxy of minus infinity comma y is 0, and fxy of x comma minus infinity is also equal to 0. And as we have already proved, the property, the first property of the cumulative distribution function in the case of single random variable, the same method can be used to prove the property here, right? So therefore, I'm not concentrating on the proof here, and this can be done by you by having the knowledge of single random variable, right? So similarly here, the second property is also similar to the single random variable distribution function. That is, the maximum value is 1. Fx comma y of infinity comma infinity is equal to 1, right? And third property is always the distribution function will be in between 0 and 1, in between 0 and 1, and also it is an increasing function. That is, how can I write this one? Fx comma y of x comma y is a non-decreasing function of both x and y. So with respect to x or with respect to y, the function is always an increasing function. The distribution function is always an increasing function. It is always non-decreasing function, right? And here, if at all, if you know the distribution function or joint distribution function, you can find out the probability of any particular event or the probability of any interval, right? So that property is also discussed in the single random variable case. But coming to here, we can find out any joint probability can be derived by knowing the joint distribution function. That relation can be taken as fx comma y of x2 comma y2 plus fx comma y of x1 comma y1 minus fx comma y of x1 comma y2 minus fx comma y of x2 comma y1. So here, if I take this particular equation, it can result probability, joint probability, that is p of x1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to x2, y1 less than or equal to y less than or equal to y2, which is always a positive value. Why? Because the probability cannot be negative, right? Now, the last property is about marginal distribution function. Anyway, we are going to see and again about the marginal distribution function in the coming topics. And however, we are discussing about the properties of distribution function. We can also consider this particular marginal distribution function as one of the feature or one of the property of joint distribution function. And what is marginal distribution function? If at all, if any one variable in the joint distribution function is infinity or is tending to infinity, ultimately you can derive the marginal distribution function. That is, fx comma y of x comma infinity or fx of x is called marginal distribution function. Similarly, fx comma y of infinity comma y, that is, if x equal to infinity, it becomes fy of y. It is also called as marginal distribution function. So these are the properties of the joint distribution functions, right? So here, let us take one real-time example how to take the joint distribution function for that particular real-time experiment. We'll discuss now, right? So here, for example, I am taking HBO cable network, right? It has taken a survey, and in that male candidates and female candidates are taken, and male candidates are subscribing some channels: Game of Thrones, Westworld, other. 80 male candidates are subscribing here Game of Thrones, 120 female candidates are subscribing Game of Thrones, and like that here 230 male candidates are subscribing the 3 channels, and 270 female candidates are subscribing 3 movies, I can say, and altogether 500. So here, if I take the probability here 0.24, that is 120 candidates out of 500, in the sense 0.24 is the probability of female candidates subscribing this Game of Thrones, and this is called joint probability. Why? Because the probability of female candidates and G, that is Game of Thrones, is called the joint probability, which is equal to 0.24. Similarly here, these are all nothing but joint probabilities, and here if you observe, the total probability or the total sum equal to 1, that is, the total probability is distributed among all these. Therefore, it is called the probability distribution, or joint probability distribution, right? So that is about the joint probability distribution, right? So here, whenever I have more number of events, that is one event is selecting a male candidate or female candidate. It may be one event. Selecting a movie like Game of Thrones or West, that is another event, right? So here, like that, if I have more number of events are considered, I can define the joint probabilities, and the distribution of those joint probabilities will give the joint distribution function. That is, from the total probability 1, how the probability is distributed among the joint probabilities. That is, the total probability must be 1, and how that particular one value is distributed among all the joint probabilities or all the joint events, I can say, that is to one particular joint event. So in the previous case, we have taken one simple example. What is that example? That is, the joint event is selecting female and selecting the movie Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. So that is, the joint event is considered, and the probability of the joint event is taken as 0.24. That is, from the probability 1, 0.24 is assigned to the joint probability of the joint event. That is, Game of Thrones intersection female candidate, right? So like that, here each and every joint event can be considered, and the probability may be assigned to each and every joint event, and that particular distribution of the total probability value among all the joint events can be represented as joint distribution function. So joint distribution function in the sense, nothing new here. The distribution in the name itself, how the probability is distributed among the joint events. Am I clear? Understood, right? Similarly here, we can take the density. Density in the sense, again in the name itself, at what particular value, at which particular joint event we have that probability, or how much probability we have at any one particular joint event, or how much probability we have at any one particular joint event. In the sense, in the previous case where we have taken one joint event, no, what is the joint event? That is the intersection of Game of Thrones and female candidates. That is one probability is assigned, and those probability values can be known by using the density function. In other words, by using those probability values, you can define the density function. That is called density. Understood, right? So here, the joint density of two random variables, if I have two random variables x and y, right, is the second derivative. So generally, we know the relation between density and distribution, as we have discussed the same thing in the single random variable case. So in the single random variable case, we have studied that the differentiation of distribution function will give the density function. In the case of single random variable, only the distribution function of random variable x is considered. Therefore, only first derivative is taken. Only first derivation or differentiation with respect to x is considered as density function. But here we have two random variables. Therefore, we need to differentiate with respect to x and at the same time with respect to y. Therefore, the joint density of two random variables x and y is the second derivative of their joint distribution function, and is denoted by f small f suffix x comma y of x comma y, right? Always the suffix represents the random variables, whereas in the parenthesis it represents the elements of the random variables. We all know that, right? So here in the mathematical way, we can write the definition like this: small f x comma y of x comma y equal to dou square by dou x dou y. Since it is the function is a function of two variables, that is the two variables are x and y, therefore I am taking partial differentiation. Dou square by dou x dou y, fx comma y of x comma y, right? So that is the way to define the joint density function. If I have discrete random variables, we know how to write the density function for single random variable if it is discrete. That is, what is the density function for single random variable? If at all, if the random variable is discrete, the density function is series of impulses. Series of impulses. Similarly, here we can also take the density function like this. Since we have two random variables here, the density function fx comma y of x comma y equal to summation n equal to 1 to n summation m equal to 1 to m p of xn comma ym del of x minus xm into del of y minus ym, right? So it is nothing but density function, joint density function, right? Similarly, for x random variables, the x in the sense here n random variables you can consider, m random variables, that is more number of random variables, the joint density function can be taken as fx1 to xn. If I have n random variables, ultimately we need to take the joint distribution function of n random variables, which is already derived, capital fx1 to xn of x1 comma x2 and so on xn, right? And after taking the joint distribution function of n random variables, we need to take the differentiation or partial differentiation for n times, right? So that is dou power n by dou x1 dou x2 up to dou xn fx capital fx1 to xn of x1 comma x2 comma up to xn. It is the general definition for density function or joint density function of n number of random variables. Understood how to define the density function, right? Here we can also take the properties of joint density function similar to the properties of density function in the case of single random variable. So in the single random variable also we have discussed that always the density function is a positive function or non-negative function. Here also the joint density function is also a positive function or non-negative function, that is small fx comma y of x comma y is always greater than or equal to 0. First property. Why? Because whenever a function is given, blindly you cannot say that that is a density function or that is a distribution function. You need to verify and you need to check the properties of it. Then only you can say that particular function as density function. Therefore, we discuss the properties. The basic idea behind the discussion of the properties is whenever any particular function is given, we must be in a position to understand or identify the function whether it is a density function or not, right? So here first we need to check whether it is a non-negative function or not, right? That is the first property of density function. Similarly, the second property says that always in the second property of the density function of single random variable, it is discussed that the total area under the density curve is equal to 1. Here also the total area under the joint density curve or density function always equal to 1. Always equal to 1. In fact, we take the double integration, that is volume, that is absolutely equal to 1. Integral minus infinity to plus infinity, integral minus infinity to plus infinity, that is integration with respect to two variables dx and dy, fx comma y of dx comma y is equal to 1. Am I clear? Third property is, if you know, that is if you want to find out this particular fx comma y of x comma y, you can take the integration. So that is you can derive the distribution function from the density function. right? How do you define the distribution function from the density function? Capital Fx comma y of x comma y equal to integral minus infinity to x, integral minus infinity to y, fx comma y of alpha temporary variables alpha 1 comma alpha 2 d alpha 1 d alpha 2. It is not small f and just a printing mistake. It is capital F. I repeat, it is joint distribution function. Capital F x comma y of small x comma y is equal to integral minus infinity to x, integral minus infinity to y, small fx comma y of temporary variables alpha 1 comma alpha 2 d alpha 1 d alpha 2, right? And just take a note here, it is not small f, it is capital F, right? So here that is for the single random variables. If you want to find out the distribution functions, or in the previous slide we have taken these two functions as marginal distribution function. So therefore here, if you know the joint density function, you can also derive the marginal distribution function. How? That is capital Fx of x equal to integral minus infinity to x, integral minus infinity to plus infinity, small fx comma y of alpha 1 comma alpha 2 into d alpha 1 d alpha 2. Similarly, capital Fy of y equal to integral minus infinity to plus infinity, integral minus infinity to y, small fx comma y of alpha 1 comma alpha 2 into d alpha 1 d alpha 2, right? It is the way to derive marginal distribution. The third property is deriving the joint distribution capital Fx comma y of x comma y by using the joint density function. Fourth property is stating that the marginal distribution function can be derived by knowing the joint density function, right? And here coming to the fifth property, if you know the density function, joint density function, you can derive the joint probability in any interval. That is probability of x1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to x2, comma y1 less than or equal to y less than or equal to y2 is equal to integral x1 to x2, integral y1 to y2, fx comma y of x comma y dx dy. Am I clear? Right? So it is called the finding or deriving joint probability by knowing the joint density function, right? And last property is nothing but about marginal density functions. Just now we have seen marginal distribution, marginal density in the sense the density functions of individual random variables or single random variables. That is fx of x, small fx of x and small fy of y are called marginal density functions. That is small fx of x equal to integral minus infinity to plus infinity small fx comma y of x comma y dy, right? Similarly here, so fy of y equal to here by making integral minus infinity to plus infinity fx comma y x comma y dx. That is here we are eliminating x, here we are eliminating y to get the functions of single random variable element, that is maybe x or y, and those functions are called marginal density functions. Fine. So these are the 6 properties. First property is always the density function is a non-negative function. Second property is the total area under the density curve is equal to 1. And third property is always the distribution function can be derived by using the density function by taking the double integration. And the fourth property is you can derive the marginal distribution functions from the density function. And fifth property is you can find the joint probability by knowing the joint density function. Sixth property is you can derive the marginal density functions from the joint density functions, right? So here, and I have said in distribution function, joint distribution function and joint density function, and I have quoted a word called marginal distribution and marginal density function. Right? Let us see what is marginal distribution and density functions. If the two random variables x and y have the joint probability distribution function capital F x comma y of x comma y, then the distribution function of one random variable can be obtained by setting the value of the other variable to infinity. What do you mean by this? You can find the distribution function of one random variable that may be for x or y, that is capital Fx of x or capital Fy of y, by making the other variable to infinity. In which function? Joint distribution function. Then the functions obtained in this manner are called marginal distribution function, in the sense capital Fx of x is nothing but capital Fx comma y of x comma infinity, and capital Fy of y is capital Fx comma y of infinity comma y. We are making one variable as infinity. Similarly, you can write the density function. Similarly, if the two random variables x and y have the joint probability density function fx comma y of x comma y, then the density function of one random variable can be obtained by integrating the joint density function fx comma y of x comma y with respect to the other variable in the for the interval minus infinity comma plus infinity. Here the functions obtained in this manner are called marginal density functions. Just now we have seen in the properties, small fx of x is integral minus infinity to plus infinity small fx comma y of x comma y dy, and small fy of y is integral minus infinity to plus infinity fx comma y of x comma y dx. These are called marginal density functions, right? So here we can take same example. The same example, Game of Thrones, Westworld, and other movies is a subscription by male and female candidate. So here, if you take the total Game of Thrones subscription by male and female candidates is 0.4. Right? It is the probability of Game of Thrones. It is the probability of Westworld, 0.2 plus 0.05, 0.25. If I take probability of Game of Thrones, it is the combination of male and female. Right? Similarly, here Westworld, combination of male and female. These are all called marginal probabilities, and the combination is called marginal distribution. Always the total value equal to 1. If I take with respect to male and female, male candidate subscription is 0.46 probability. Female candidate subscription probability is 0.54. The total probability equal to 1. Individual probabilities are called marginal probabilities, and this combination is called marginal probability distribution. Am I clear? One is with respect to x, another one is with respect to y. Right? Let us take a simple problem here. There we derive joint distribution function, joint density function, marginal distribution function. Simple problem. If the sample space Sj has only 3 possible elements, what are the elements? 1, 1. That is, first, out of the 2 values in the parenthesis, first one represent element taken from the random variable x. Second one represent element taken from the random variable y. You have to remember like this, right? So 3 possible elements are what? 1, 1, 2, 1, and 3, 3. We can call them as random points, right? And the probabilities of these elements are P of 1, 1 equal to 0.2, P of 2, 1 equal to 0.3, and P of 3, 3 equal to 0.5. That is, probabilities are given. Then find and plot joint distribution function, joint density function, and marginal distribution functions. Right? Just think once, pause the video and try to solve. Yeah. Let us take the solution now. Here for x less than 1 or y less than 1. Why? Because the elements are starting from 1, 1. Only 3 elements. 1, 1, 2, 1, and 3, 3. Is it right or not? So only 3 elements. 1, 1, 2, 1, and 3, 3. Right? So for x less than 1 and or y less than 1, S has no elements. Therefore, here always the distribution function is 0 for x less than 1 and y less than 1. Now, if I take at point 1 comma 1, what is the distribution function value? Ultimately, it is equal to p of x less than or equal to 1 comma y less than or equal to 1. Is it right or not? What is the definition of fx comma y of x comma y? The definition is fx comma y of x comma y equal to probability of x less than or equal to x comma y less than or equal to y. Is there any value before 1 comma 1? No. Therefore, only we have to consider the probability value at 1 comma 1, which is equal to 0.2. Right? And similarly, at 2 comma 1, fx comma y of x comma y equal to p of x less than or equal to 2 comma y less than or equal to 1. So here, if I have a point 2 comma 1, is there any point less than the point 2 comma 1 in the given data? Yes, we have only one point, that is 1 comma 1. Therefore, the total probability value can be considered as 0.2 plus 0.3, which is equal to 0.5. Understood? Same way as in the single random variable case. So therefore, at the point 2 comma 1, fx comma y of x comma y is 0.2 plus 0.3, which is equal to 0.5. Similarly, can you find that 3 comma 3? That is fx comma y of x comma y equal to probability of x less than or equal to 3 comma y less than or equal to 3. That is before the point 3 comma 3, we have two elements or 2 points. One is 1 comma 1, other one is 2 comma 1. Therefore, the total probability becomes probability at 1 comma 1 plus probability at 2 comma 1 plus probability at 3 comma 3. The total probability will be 0.2 plus 0.3 plus 0.5, which is equal to 1. Anyway, from that point, we don't have any element given, only 3 points. So now let us see how to write the expression for distribution function. So is the given random variables x comma y discrete or continuous? Ultimately discrete. Why? Because the elements of x are 1, 2, 3, whereas the elements of y are 1 comma 3. In the sense, both are discrete elements. Therefore, the random variables are discrete random variables. If at all, if the two random variables are discrete, we all know that how to write the expression for distribution function. Therefore, the joint distribution function will be equal to p of x less than or equal to x comma y less than or equal to y, which is equal to summation from n equal to 1 to n and m equal to 1 to m, p of xn comma ym, u of x minus xn, u of y minus ym. I am substituting n equal to 1 to n in the sense for x the values are 1, 2, 3. For y only 1 and 3. I am substituting them. Therefore, first one is p of 1 comma 1 into u of x minus 1 into u of y minus 1. Therefore, 0.2 into u of x minus 1 into u of y minus 1. Similarly, plus p of 2 comma 1 is 0.3. P of 3 comma 3 is 0.5. Therefore, it is u of x minus 2, u of y minus 1, 2 comma 1. It is 3 comma 3. It is the way to write the expression for distribution function. Can you write a density function? What is the difference between these two? For the discrete random variable, here we are taking unit step functions. In the density functions, we need to take only unit impulse function. Therefore, the density function equal to summation from n equal to 1 to n and m equal to 1 to m, p of xn comma ym, joint probability into unit impulse del of x minus xn into del of y minus ym. Right? So how do you write this one? Similarly, similar to the previous one, 0.2 into del of x minus 1 x del of y minus 1 up to 0.5 into del of x minus 3 into del of y minus 3. Right? It is the way to derive the joint distribution and the joint density functions. Right? So now coming to the plot, how do you plot it? So here, what is joint distribution function? Fx comma y of x comma y versus two elements x and y. So here let us take this as a three-dimensional view here like this. That is first, that is in the surface. In the surface, one direction is representing elements of random variable x, and another coordinate is representing the elements of y, and the vertical direction that is going up, the coordinate which is going up is representing the distribution function. So ultimately on this plane, this plane becomes xy plane. So on the xy plane you can represent the elements like 1 comma 1 comma 1, 2 comma 1 and 3 comma 3, right? At 1 comma 1, what is the value of distribution function? Just now we have seen distribution function value is at 1 comma 1 0.2. Therefore here if you observe, it is at 1 comma 1, the distribution function along the vertical direction that is going up is 0.2. That is from the base, this particular base is up by 0.2, right? Just take a 3D view. So it is 0.2, and next element is existing at what? 2 comma 1. But at 2 comma 1, the distribution function is sum of two values. One is 0.3 and the previous value is 0.2. Total height is 0.5, right? So it is again taking the height by more by 0.3, and the next bed will be at the height of 0.5, right? So take a 3D view. At 1 comma 1, it is going up by 0.2, and at 2 comma 1 it is going up by another 0.3, and total height of the then distribution function level is 0.5 now. And again another value is existing at 3.3. At 3.3, sum of the three values 0.2 plus 0.3 plus 0.5, and again it is rising up by 0.5. Just take a 3D view, right? So at point 2, next at point 3, right? That is 0.3 plus 0.2, 0.5, and plus 0.5, that is 1. I repeat, first 0.2, next 0.2 plus 0.3, 0.5, plus 0.2 plus 0.3 plus 0.5, that is 1. It is the graphical representation of the joint distribution function, right? Similarly, density function. Density function is what? It is series of impulses, as I said. That is at 1 comma 1, we have one impulse with the height 0.2. At 2 comma 1, we have another impulse at 0 point with the height 0.3, right? At 1 comma 1, at 2 comma 1, and at 3 comma 3. That is, this is at 3 comma 3 with the height 0.5, right? So just take a 3D view. It is joint density function fx comma y of x comma y. Am I clear? Similarly here, we can derive marginal distribution function. So how to derive marginal distribution function? We all know that to derive the marginal distribution function, we need to make the other variable to infinity. If I need to get fx of x, we have to make y as infinity. If I need to get fy of y, I need to make x as infinity. Am I clear? So therefore here fx of x equal to fx of x comma infinity. Therefore the second unit step function will be vanished. Right? Simple thing. That is, I have the 3D view. That is, if I see from the x direction, if I say only I'm going to get fx of x, and from the, that is this one, from here if you see, that is from the y direction, if I say I'm going to see fy of y. I repeat, from x if I say, I'm going to see only fx of x. From this if I see, I'm going to see fy of y. Understood? That is p of 1 comma 1 u of x minus 1 plus p of 2 comma 1 u of x minus 2 plus p of 3 comma 3 u of x minus 3. Why? Because the p is having the elements 1, 2, 3. Therefore unit steps are becoming x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 3, right? If I substitute the values, 0.2 u of x minus 1 plus 0.3 u of x minus 2 plus 0.5 u of x minus 3. If I take the graphical representation, it is the view from the x x-axis, view from the x-axis, right? As I said, the distribution function is like this. Distribution function is like this. If I see from here, the steps you can see like this. Am I clear? Similarly, you can derive for fi of y. Fi of y equal to fx, that is fx comma y of infinity comma y. So you need to make x variable as infinity. How do you get? P of 1 comma 1 into u of y minus 1 plus P of 2 comma 1 into u of y minus 1 plus P of 3 comma 3 into u of y minus 3, right? So here if you observe here in the y element, I have 1 1 here and 3 here. There is no 2, right? So therefore can I add these two? Why? Because here I u of y minus 1, here also u of y minus 1. By substituting the values, I am going to get this one. If I add these two, 0.5 into u of y minus 1 plus 0.5 into u of y minus 3. That is, from this direction, if I see, the density function will be like, the distribution function will be like this, right? Distribution function of fi of y. This is the way to derive the joint distribution function of x and y. Am I clear? Now, let us take another problem. Simple problem. Consider two continuous random variables x and y with joint PDF. What is the joint PDF? Probability density function, joint density function, fx comma y of 2 by 81 into x square y for the interval 0 less than x less than k, constant value k, and 0 less than y less than k, and 0 otherwise. Find the value of k so that the given function is valid joint density function, right? Valid joint density function. And also find the probability of x greater than 3y. Relation is given. Similarly, find the value of probability of x plus y greater than 3. What the idea? What are you supposed to find? If the given function is valid density function, you need to find out the constant value, and also you need to find two probabilities, right? Just pause the video and try to solve. Yeah. First, to find out the constant value, let us take the help of properties of density function. What is the property here? First, the total property says that second property of density function, that is the total area equal to 1. So therefore, if I take the same relation, integral 0 to k, why? Because the limits for x and y are 0 to k. Integral 0 to k, integral 0 to k, the function is 2 by 81 x square y dx dy, right? So here, if I derive the value for k, it is giving value 3. Giving the value 3. Am I clear? Right? So this is the way to solve the problem. Simple integration, right? By integrating and substituting, integrating and deriving the value of k, it is giving k equal to 3. So therefore, here I can write the density function as 2 by 81 x square y in the interval 0 to 3 for x and 0 to 3 for y. So now what are you supposed to find? Second question, x greater than 3y. What do you mean by x greater than 3y? In which region you need to find the probability? Wherever that is probability of which region? The region in which x is greater than 3y. I am given density function. I have the density function. In the density function, I am expecting the probability in one particular area. And which area? Where exactly the value of x is greater than 3y, right? I can write it as, that is the probability equal to, and we have taken from the property, that is the probability equal to double integration. One is with respect to x, other one is with respect to y. So here, what are the limits for x actually from the given function in the interval 0 to 3? If at all, if the variable x is taking the limit 0 to 3, as per the requirement here, what may be the limits for y? Y equal to or x by 3 greater than y. If x is having the limits 0 to 3, and y will be having the limits what? Ultimately 0 to x by 3. Actually x greater than 3 by y in the sense 0 to k. 0 to k. That is in the pictorial way you can see here. That is x is taking the values from 0 to 3. When x is taking the values from 0 to 3, here since the condition is given x greater than 3y, so ultimately y will be what? Y will be less than 3 by x. If x equal to 1, 1 by 3. X equal to 2, 2 by 3. X equal to 3, 3 by 3. That is y less than x by 3. So this particular area probability must be calculated. Or the area under this curve, I repeat, the area under this curve must be calculated, right? So that is the meaning of P of x greater than 3y. In this area only, we are going to get the condition x is greater than 3y, right? So you need to find the area of this particular curve. So that is the formula here. Therefore, if I substitute and if I find the integration and substitute the limits, I'm going to get the value like 1 by 15, right? Simple problem. Similarly, next question is what? X plus y is greater than 3. Again, in which area we need to take the, and in which part we need to take the area? Again, take the same picture here. That is x plus y greater than 3, right? So that is R, I can say y is greater than 3 minus x. 3 minus x. If x equal to 0, 3, y is 3. If x equal to 2, 3 minus 2, y is 1. Similarly here, so that is this particular area must be known. This is called P of x plus y greater than 3. I repeat, this part is P of x greater than 3y, and this part is P of x plus y greater than 3. For this, mathematically you can write 0 to 3 for x. If the x is taking the limits from 0 to 3, y will be taking the limits. Y is what? Y is greater than 3 minus x. Greater than, that is above 3 minus x. Up to how? Up to which value? The maximum value of y is 3 only. Whereas in the previous case, y is taking less than x by 3. Less than x by 3 in the sense x by 3 below x by 3. The minimum value is 0. Therefore, the limits are from 0 to x by 3. Whereas in this case, y is taking x minus 3 minus x. That is 3 minus x. Y is greater than 3 minus x in the sense above the 3 minus x until it reaches 3. Right? So this integration must be taken. And if I calculate the integration and substitute the limits, I'm going to get the result as 0.90. Right? Here I'm integrating with respect to x and I'm substituting the limits. I'm with respect to y and substituting the limits. And again with respect to x, I'm integrating and then I'm substituting the limits from 0 to 3. And the resultant value is 0.9. This is the way to solve the problems. First, whenever the problem is given, try to draw the picture like this. Therefore, you will be able to understand what must be known, right? So that's all for today. So in this session we have discussed about joint distribution and joint density, and also the properties of joint distribution and joint density. And also we have discussed about marginal distribution and density function. In the next session, we are going to see the conditional distribution and density functions, right? Thank you. We'll continue the next class.